Okay, so in this video I'd like to walk through 3 classic embodied yoga principles, postures. So these are things you can use as yoga teachers to explore giving, receiving, containing, or caring. And so I often teach these together. For example, workshops around relationships, around money is another one. So how we give money, how we receive money, how we take care of money, for example. Super key relationship skills. In terms of the basic, I'll teach giving and receiving first. So we sometimes call it generosity and receiving. Receiving we also use for requesting. So have to ask for what you want. You'll see that flavor. These two have quite a similar base. So this is our classic EYP base. The yang version is the back leg is straight, the front leg is bent, 60% of the weight here. It's roughly as wide as the mat. Obviously, it depends how wide your legs are, but that's a rough indicator, so a bit more. So the outside of the hips are a bit more. This extension through the back leg is important. Generosity posture, the spine is in this direction. So spine this way slightly. Here, I often put the hands on the heart and express it that way. Key thing here is the weight is forward, the head is up, the hands are open, and it's out slightly in a V, so not here, and the kind of, this is more like yes or taking up space, but here. Yeah, the face as well needs to be relaxed and in that kind of giving point of view. So what you'll find when you do this is it helps me go into that generous or giving mode. I'll do this, for example, before teaching a training, or if it's something I want to be giving to someone. Yeah, I find before training is a great one for this. If I've gone into a slightly contracted mode, this is really helpful. What do I have to give? I've taught this on attraction workshops. So I did a workshop on beauty just recently in Moscow, and it was like, what do you have to give as a person? So as a woman or a man, you know, what makes you beautiful? What do you have to give that's unique to you? What are your unique gifts? Sometimes I use the visualization of holding a big bunch of flowers or a tray of beers for all your friends or a load of food that you're bringing to everyone you love. Those visualizations can be really helpful to people. And then we use the normal EYP method of inquiring, you know, does this feel familiar? Where in your life do you need this? Do you tend to overgive? Do you tend to push on people? We notice the deviations, like if someone keeps doing that, that's containment posture, we'll do that next. If someone does that, that's a bit weird, but some people do. Do they sort of undergive or overextend without this solid base of support? They tend to more go into open. It's not really giving at this point, it's more kind of open or showing oneself, yeah? They undergive, you know, you'll see all these variations with people. So one more use to this, I've done workshops on like purpose and life purpose and work, and it's like, what is your gift? What are you giving in the world of work? What is the thing you're giving that people will pay money for, right? It doesn't have to be giving for free. It's still that sense of like giving of yourself. Yeah, so in terms of what are your gifts, this can be, if you don't know what you're doing with your life, this is a really good inquiry to spend a bit of time there every day for a few weeks being like, what do I have to give? What do I have to give? What is my gift that I want to give to the world? And you will find things that come up. It's very powerful. Okay, so we've got giving. Obviously, then we need receiving. So I usually use slightly narrower, and the key thing here is the weight is back. So this foot is light. Most of the weight's on this foot. The spine, not this shape, but slightly more concave here, yeah? The hands, instead of being overextended, extend a little bit more in. So the elbows come in slightly, everything comes in. The momentum, the direction is back. So it's not just like being a victim, but actively receiving. Active receiving, we could also look at requesting. So sometimes we use it for like, what do you need to ask for at work? What do you need to ask for in your sex life? Whatever it is, this sense of receiving back. If this gets too painful, it can be, doesn't have to be super bent if the weight feels too heavy, just slightly bent, yeah? So the weight's more back, the spine's in this sense, and the face is open to receive. And again, you'll notice deviations, like if people are a bit open or if they're kind of blocking slightly, if it's a bit limp or a bit grasping, like, kind of not receiving but trying to grab, yeah. And again, you can use it around money, you can use it around love. What is the gifts you love to receive from your partner? What do you need to receive more of at work? You know, if it's appreciation or pay rise or whatever it is. Working with receiving, and again, asking for what you want, which is profound as an inquiry. Being able to ask for what you want is one of the most important life skills, leadership skills, etc. So we have giving, we have receiving, 2 important postures. Show it on the other side. So we're here. Yeah. Using the EYP inquiry process, does it feel familiar? Noticing if you do something different from the model that's shown, and also, you know, where do you need this in your life? Okay, last one, containing. These are, if you're esoterically inclined, the main Hindu gods, by the way, faces of Brahma, the destroyer, the protector, and the creator. So containing is very different from most EYP postures because it's equally weighted. It's hard to say if this is more yin or yang. I tend to have it 50-50 weight. The hands about heart level and not closed, not open. There's two common mistakes you see, but slightly open. So I say like one phone's distance apart, one sunglasses between your fingers, and a sense of not too tight or not too loose, but here, imagine you're sort of carrying a child or hugging a friend. That's the general feeling. We're looking at care, but we're also looking at containment. There's a sort of no quality if we do that. And how is it to care? How is it to contain? It's also like, how is it to organize? It's kind of, the spine, not this way, but this way, more yin spine. It's like, this is my project, this is not. This is my family. You guys, I wish you well, but not my family. Yeah, this is the thing that I devote myself to. This is interesting, but it's not my thing. Yeah. So how do we contain? How do we care? There's a sense of boundary, but with some porousness, some in and out. In terms of money, it's like organizing your money, tracking your money, keeping care of your money. Those people we care for, it can have a very soft feel or a more organized, solid feel, different variations, but again, super interesting to explore in the context of relationships, work, money, etc. So if you like that, I invite you to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit the little bell button so you get the videos rather than just subscribe. Obviously, likes and comments are very useful for us. It's always nice to hear what people think, to ask questions. I will respond to them if you do. So ask questions, share your own experiences, and it just means that more people see the videos, which is nice for us. It also means you're more likely to see it yourself in the future. So if you've liked it, please like it.